Hi, I'm Curtis. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to start off in the studio. Hey friends, welcome to the show. It's me, Emoji C. Today we're going to do a flashback. As you can see, Chef Curtis is in the kitchen there. He's going to make up a puttanesca, a little quick and easy pasta sauce. And we're flashing back to the summertime where he picked tomatoes in the garden and came and made that fresh sauce. And some reminiscing for Lisa's birthday down at the Bob Hope's house in Palm Springs. All right, spread love. All right, y'all. Spread love, come on back, and let's have some fun in the kitchen and in the garden. Also down at Palm Springs where we stayed at Bob Hope's house. Wow, look forward to sharing that with you. Peace, spread love. 4 quick shots in front of Bob's house. I'm going to go inside and take a look at the foyer after this beautiful picture. The group that joined us, Rochelle, my sister, that's her man, Lamar. Then the Moores, Sue and Rory from Sausalito came down. Now here we are entering Bob's beautiful little house. This was one of his homes in Palm Springs, and we had such a good time at this place. Beautiful, the pool, the common areas, and now I'll let you hear me chat about this house. Okay, everybody, this house is cool. Can't wait for y'all to get here. And there's great bedrooms. Each bedroom has a bath, so there's privacy and fun. And you know, where there's good fun, there's good food. This is one of our lunch spreads. Oh my Lord, we ate well that weekend.
Doesn't
look like good, but it's okay, right?
We got all these crazy shows on television about Super This Chef and Badass Chef. This, I gotta tell you who the baddest chef I know. Rochelle, Puppy,
Thank you, Curtis.
my sister. She made an ice cream cake for my baby's birthday. Yes, Lisa is 21, forever 21.
Should I put that on here?
No, she would kill us, right? So soon, y'all, we're gonna have a show with just Rochelle and me baking our bouteilles off.
I like the idea of us doing the Jewish soul food and the
yeah.
soul food, but make it a healthier version.
I love
We
that.
talked about that
Yeah.
a long time ago. That was a good idea.
One
Birthday to Sue,
more.
who just
Happy
had
birthday.
her-
One, two, three. Happy birthday to you, Sue and Lisa. Happy birthday to you, Sue and Lisa. Get over there. Happy birthday, dear Sue and Lisa. Lewis.
Happy birthday.
Happy
to
birthday
us.
to
Wow,
Okay,
incredible.
Sue's birthday was actually on
July 6th.
July 6th.
July 6th. So
This is tonight, July 15th. And we've got beautiful cakes for both of you.
So we will not blow.
Now, the mountains that surround Palm Springs are about 8,000 some odd feet high. And there's a tram ride that takes to the top. Love this ride. I've done it once before with my kids, and if you get to Palm Springs, check this out. Yeah, this is a view from the top, and I gotta tell y'all, the tram ride is special. So if you've got little ones and they're down in Palm Springs, I think they would truly enjoy this. I love the raccoon. I'm following you guys. We've got pictures coming up of us up top. This is Roy and Rochelle. Rory and Sue went off for a hike, so I don't have a picture of them right now. And then the meals at the Peak Restaurant. Well, this is another great shot, just off the train. The meals from the Peak Restaurant are fabulous. There was bruschetta and some flat bread and hummus, and then salmon. Everything was just fabulous. The chef came out and said hello, of course, and then he surprised Lisa with the birthday girl. It's a birthday girl. Think about running.
Restless Rocks. This part of Southern California is crossed by many active faults. You can see a section of the famous San Andreas fault system from here, directly across the valley. Look for telltale signs, such as long, straight rows of hills and dark lines of vegetation where groundwater has been trapped within the shifting rock. The ground you're standing on is strictly moving toward Northern California along this great fault zone. During the last few million years, the earth movements have been tearing Baja California away from Mexico's mainland. These forces have It's hard to read. Have helped form the valley below, called the Salton Trough.
I love having Lisa do the reads for me. Her voice is so much better than mine. Now, this is a picture at sunset. I just wanted you all to see how beautiful the mountains are and the house was. Before sunset, Lisa and the rest of the team had massages while Rory and I explored Palm Springs. There's this famous pink door. Then Rory's pointing up. Marilyn Monroe's skirt? What are you doing, Rory? Anyway, Palm Springs was a blast. Happy birthday, girls. I'm pouring a little glass of Chardonnay as I get ready to make our puttanesca sauce. This is from Catherine Vineyards down in Cambria. It's a new one. My friend Meg. It's got a beautiful color, by the way. Although last night when I made this, I made it with the La Crema, and I don't have any La Crema left, so that's quite nice. I'm also going to use some marsala in this, and I was telling Lisa a little earlier, the more I learn about production and doing things, the more I realize I don't know and I want to learn. Got the overhead shot. I'm trying to work on spaces, work on the spacing of my shots, and still haven't quite figured it out. I've got a little under 400 square feet in my studio. Half of it is my office. This part over here is where I do the show. So there's things I got to do. I mean, you think about, well, you don't think about the things when you're watching television, like set designers, like this white wall behind me. I need to put some things up. So anywho, we're learning, right? Now, let's calm down, come in. We've been growing these gorgeous tomatoes. These are some of those beautiful French tomatoes that the seeds I snuck in from Au Paris. Oh, I didn't do that. I'm kidding. Anyway, that's those beautiful French tomatoes. And these are some of the heirlooms that we're growing, that early girl I got out there. These I had in the fridge, well, not fridge, but I had them inside. And these are the ones I harvested today. This sauce, when I cook like this, it's like coming from my heart. So last night I'm looking at all these beautiful tomatoes on the windowsill and saying, what can I do with these? So I'm going to show you what I did earlier. We're going to use rigatoni noodles tonight because that's what I've got the most of in the house. So I'm going to go ahead and start the water to boil while we show you the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add a little more water to this, and I'll put this behind us. Like I said, the space is a little small, so I've got to figure out how to I can reach everything, however I've got to get it out of the shot. So while that's coming up to a boil, I'm going to show you the other ingredients. Of course, tomatoes, that's the base. We're going to use olive oil. There's our little olive oil container there. I got basil from the garden, fresh basil. I'm also going to use some dry basil in this as well. Oregano. My oregano hasn't come alive yet. I've got some planted, but however, it's just not enough to use yet. So I'm using the dry oregano. The seasoning, the spices, I should say. I've got some garlic powder. I'm going to add some onion powder to it, although we're going to use some fresh onion. Last night I had half a shallot left, so I used that shallot, and today I'm going to use onions from the garden. And I've got some minced onion too. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your onion. Fresh basil, I said. Oh, this is something the kids, Curtis, did I say Curtis? Cole and Jenna gave me for Christmas. I think it was last year. And I love it. It's a truffle oil, olive oil with truffle in it. What do I need? Oh, some San Marzano tomato paste, and do not laugh. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to add a little ketchup to this. A lot of times when, with a good pasta sauce, there's some kind of sweet put in it. I like to use grated carrots, although today, because I'm in a crunch to get this show done, and I've got a Zoom meeting in about an hour and a half, so I'm taking some shortcuts. And this is one that I love, ketchup. It's got that natural, that sugar in it, so I don't really need to add any sugar or a grated carrot or something like that to go into it. So I think I've covered all the ingredients. Oh, and we'll top the pasta with some Parmesan, the Reggiano Parmigiano, okay? No, I'm not grating today. I'm using this because it's quick, it's easy, it's wunderbar. The water is just about coming to a boil. I'm not going to add any oil to that because when I drain the pasta, I'm going to use that water in the garden, okay? So no oil, but however, I will put a little salt in it. Not too much salt, okay? Because I don't want to salt my soil too much out there. Boom, shakalaka. All right, what can we do now? Hey, let me reset. We'll come back, we'll slice our tomatoes, we'll get the other burner going, and we're going to make this beautiful puttanesca. Peace, as always, spread that love. Forgot to turn the AC off. Okay, we have reset, and we're ready to make our pasta sauce. The water has come to a boil, so let's add enough pasta. And this will be dinner tonight. And as I said earlier, if the show is being edited the way I wanted it to, you will see, make sure there's enough, yeah, there we go. You will have seen what I did last night. Add a little more water, let that come back to a boil, and we'll cook that. It's interesting. I like my pasta past al dente, and I know, the great chefs say you shouldn't do that, blah, blah. I'm of the school that, hey, do what tastes good and feels good to you. So al dente is the way everyone says you should do it. Hey, I'm a black dude from the South. We like soft pasta. Cool? Cool. All right, let's get to work here. This is, like I was saying earlier, this is how I love to cook. I'm going to start by adding some olive oil to our pan before we turn it on, because I want to get this nice and hot. And as I said earlier, y'all, I'm going to use quite a bit of olive oil in this. And remember, olive oil, those vegetable oils, they are non-saturated fats. In other words, they don't just clump up in the body. Non-saturated fats, fats that come from plant-based fats, they flow through the body, okay? Remember that. If it's solid, it sits in there. That's what causes those arteries and things to get clogged. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on television. However, I know a lot about nutrition and things we should and should not eat. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Because of my little small space, I'm making do, right? And if you live in Nevada or close to and want to see my studio, send me an email, and I will, have you over, and maybe we'll cook together. All right, our pasta is coming along well. I'm going to turn that down. We'll turn our oil on. There we go. I'm going to get that nice and hot, and we'll start to cook this. This sauce, start to finish, 10, 15 minutes, okay? And I'm going to add just a little bit of that black truffle oil, not too much at the beginning. I just want to get because I'm going to add it towards the end. That's when you can really start to taste that truffle in the oil, okay? There we go. We are learning to work with our small space. A little bit of wine to keep me lubricated. That is a nice little Chardonnay. Okay. And what I like to do, as this gets hot, right? First thing we're going to put the onions. We're going to dice up our onion. Have you noticed my new surface in the studio here? I'm trying to give myself a little more room to work, so I put a smaller table in. I miss my big table because everything could go on it. However, because I have a big rear end, I wasn't able to get around well. So I'm going to dice this onion up. The oil is nice and hot. Let that oil get really hot. I just love how this onions from the garden smell. And if you want to add garlic to this, whatever you want to add to your quick, easy pasta sauce, I'm okay with that. Now, we should get a nice sizzle here. Oh, baby. Yeah, we do. Oh, by the way, I do have a vent up top. In between takes, I vent out the studio. Again, if you live in Nevada and would love to be a part of one of the shows, I'd love to have you. Or Petaluma or Santa Rosa, because the show's on up there now. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to let this cook, right? And then we're going to start to add these beautiful slices of tomato. And I'm just feeding Lisa and I tonight. Also, this sauce, oh, look, isn't that beautiful tomato? There's nothing like a homegrown tomato. I'm going to allow this those onions to really cook and get nice and soft. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove that stem. Just take a little paring knife. Oh, it smells so good. You see that at home? Now watch this, what I do with our tomatoes. I'm just going to take them. Let's add a little more olive oil because I'm going to use, like I said, quite a bit of olive oil here. Turn my burner down just ever so slightly. No, these are not going to be fried green tomatoes or fried red tomatoes. Just a little saute. We're going to let these cook. Lower that even more. Now I'm going to take and just slice that core out. It's right there. As Jacques Pepin says, he just loves how he is so good with a paring knife, right? Like I think I've shared this story before. We were in Hawaii, and they were asking us, if you were on a desert island, what would the one tool you'd like to have? And Jacques said a paring knife, and I said a cast iron skillet, of course. But you know, I'm not, like I said, mama cook, mama taught. I can do so much with a cast iron skillet. Oh, that's so nice. I just wish you could be here. And now, once we get enough tomatoes in, I'll start to add the seasoning. I figure 1 tomato per person, right? 2 of us eating. Lisa gets a tomato, I get a tomato. And I'm going to add a little bit of that masala wine here. Again, that masala adds a nice little sweetness too in this sauce. Notice how I'm regulating my heat by moving it off the burner. Comes our masala. 1001, 1002. About 2 tablespoons of that beautiful masala. Now, look at that. Again, I'm going to regulate the heat. We'll take this, remove that stem as well. A little circle cut. These will cook down. I think that's enough tomatoes, right? Now, going to start adding the good stuff. Little onion powder. Garlic powder. Oregano. Reduce it even more, lower the heat, I should say. I've got to get myself a spatula here. Let's add some of that Chardonnay. There we go. Oh yeah. While that's cooking, I'm going to go grab a couple of utensils. You watch that when we're shooting. The sauce is looking so good. Now look at those tomatoes. We're just letting them cook down. You don't even need to turn them over. You know, just let them cook. We added that Chardonnay, a little marsala. Now I'm going to start to add the other, as the kids would say, ingredients. I'm going to add a little bit of the tomato paste. I'm going to add more white wine. Lower that heat even more. Our pasta is coming along. I'm going to add more white wine because I want to allow this to reduce. And that marsala really adds, it gives it that little sweet, sweetness to it that we were talking about with adding the ketchup and or carrots, something like that, something grated. You can also use sugar. A little salt and pepper. And the way I'm going to serve this up, once we get the sauces ready, we're going to add the pasta right to the pan. And toss it, toss it, toss it. Gonna add our ketchup. Waste not, want not. I get it all out. Got a little bit on my finger there. Let me grab a napkin. Paper towel here. Pardon me as I turn my back to you. There we go. Get that cleaned up. Now, we're just going to let this reduce. If you wanted to add shrimp or chicken, this will be dinner tonight. I'm going to turn this way down. Look at, isn't that coming together nicely? Look at how beautiful that sauce is. Garlic, more oregano. These are those the dried minced onions. And I'm going to let this cook 10-12 minutes. Like I said, quick and easy, right? Let's give it a taste. Lower that. And I could add more tomatoes here if I want to, and I think I'll slice up 1 or 2 more. So a great thing about cooking from your garden is it's like having your own green market, fresh market right at your doorstep. Let's give this a taste. I'm tasting it now just for, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going to add more tomatoes. I don't need any more salt, pepper, anything like that. The oregano is beautiful. I'm going to add another tomato. And we'll check on our pasta as well. I might just go ahead and dice this one up so that it can just go right in and start to break down. Let's check our pasta. We are almost ready to serve. I'm cutting around that core. See how I'm doing that? I'm just cutting around that so we don't get that in here. We'll let this cook down while we take the pasta out and drain it. And we are ready. I'm starting to bloom, so let's turn the AC back on. Back in a minute, and we'll taste this bad boy. Or is it a bad girl? Bad, 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 bad boys. You make me feel so good. All right, y'all. Spread love. Housekeeping. Place is looking pretty good around here. My new kitchen. Pasta is ready. Like I said, I like mine a little past al dente. So what we're going to do is add some of the noodles right to our sauce. And then that water, like I said, I'll drain it off into the garden. Waste not, want not. I'm going to turn our sauce off. Oh, there's one jumped out. Lisa's going to be mad at me. Okay, I'll add more in a minute. I'm going to toss all this over. What I'm going to do now, we'll take a little minute and we'll take some of the basilico, the fresh basil, and I'm going to tear it off the stem. And we're just going to lightly chop it. Yeah, these came from my garden. And we want to add that towards the very end so you get that flavor. And yeah, I'm going to use the flowers as well. Also, when you pinch those off in the garden, I should do a show on basil. We will make a pesto in a couple of weeks. I've got about 8 or 10 plants out there. We'll have enough to make a nice batch of a batch of pesto. See if I can get my friend Joe Lococo to come on. Joe makes this incredible pesto. My mouth is watering for it now, Joe. Okay, basil in. I'm going to toss everything over. I'm going to turn the burner off because the pasta is done. Let's see if we can turn this over without causing any trouble. I'm going to get everything coated in that sauce. Isn't that beautiful? I'll bring our hot pad in. I love this little pad here. The silicone trivets, you know. Looky, looky. Now, I think I'm ready to taste, huh? Get us a bowl here. See how that overhead shot looks. That looks good. Now we'll add some pasta to our bowl. Get everything covered in the sauce. Enough noodles. Rigatoni really holds the that sauce very well. Let's add some Parmesan. Sip of vino. I think we've done it. What do you think now? That's not a dinner serving. I've got a Zoom call coming in about half an hour, so I don't want to eat all my dinner now. I want to be able to eat with Lisa after the call. Ooh, it looks hot, y'all. Oh yeah. Pasta puttanesca. Peace. Spread love. We're out. Nighttime. This is a former resident of Bob and his wife Doris' home in Palm Springs. Isn't that beautiful? Olive tree. This is a gorgeous place. Peace. Spread love. My birthday girl.
Hold on.
My birthday girl.